first time taking the train. We don't really know what to expect. We're optimistic that it'll be a good trip. We upgraded to a soft sleeper bed, so even though we're taking the train during the day, at least we can, lay down and do some work and read and maybe even have a nap, depending on the bumpiness of the train. But there weren't many options to get from Hoi An to Nha Trang. We're also on a budget, so we decided to take the train. The alternative was to take the sleeper bus overnight, which would have been a good idea if you're on a budget, because then you don't have to pay for a hotel for one night. But again, we also heard that it was like really hard to sleep on and just like really crazy with honking all night, really bumpy road and whatnot. And I'm kind of optimistic that the train will give us some nice scenes of the countryside, so we opted for the train. We'll see.
A huge travel tip when buying your train tickets online. When you Google search Vietnam train, the first company to appear in the search is Vietnam Railway Systems. Clearly they have good SEO. However, they're not the original source. They're a third party and you'll pay double the cost if you book through them. To find the correct original source, called Vietnam Railways, not to be confused with Vietnam Railway Systems, keep scrolling down to the www.vr.com.vn link below. Don't worry, I'll leave the link in the comment section below. Here you can book your train ticket direct and therefore eliminating the third-party commission fees, printing fees, and so forth. Basically, you'll be saving half the cost by booking direct. 10 hours later, we're just getting into Nha Trang now. It's been a long day. Thank God we had some movies to watch and some snacks. The food was pretty bad that they served on board. It wasn't free, you had to pay for it. It was about $2.50 Canadian each, and I got you like a scoop of rice, some really dry chicken and pork, and like sauteed lettuce. It did the trick. It was an authentic experience on the Vietnam train. We've seen some pretty uncleanly areas, and this one definitely makes the top list. The bathroom was pretty high up there for nasty. The beds were okay. There weren't any bed bugs. We checked for that. But then we started to notice these insects. And after a few more came by, we started to inspect them and found out they were cockroaches. So we've been playing a kill game. Oh, and it's time to go. More to come. Alright, we're checked into our hotel now in Nha Trang, and like I was saying before, the trains weren't as clean as we had hoped for. The bathrooms were pretty gross. Like, I'm talking bodily fluids on the ground. The cockroaches were another one, and then the third one, about 5 minutes before we were due to get off in Nha Trang, one of the people on the train who worked there came into our cabin and asked us to get off the beds because they were folding up our blankets and pillow, and they put them in a neat little stack on the bed afterwards, which I assume was for the next couple coming in and boarding on Nha Trang to make it look like they had cleaned the linens and whatnot. So kind of what I had expected, so I didn't use the pillows or the linens because I suspected that they hadn't been cleaned, and validation, they had not been cleaned. But all in all, adventurous experience. I'm glad we did it. It's something you really gotta do when you're in Vietnam. You actually probably have to do it if you're in Vietnam because there's not a lot of transportation options. I mean, there's flight, bus, train, that's it. But I think next time we're gonna do the sleeper bus.
So stay tuned for our next episode.